my book is Unbroken, a World War II story of survival, resilience, and redemption. And it was written by Laura Hillenbrand. So the story's main character is Louis Zamperini, also called Louis. That was his nickname. He was born January 26, 1917, and he grew up in Torrance, California. As a kid, he was kind of rebellious. One of his older siblings motivated him to join the Torrance High School track team, and Louis ended up discovering that track was one of his main passions, and he really enjoyed it, and he started to focus on that more, and his life kind of took a better turn. And eventually, after a lot of hard work, he got to compete in the 1936 Olympics, and he ended up placing 8th. Later on, he qualified for the 1940 Olympics, but unfortunately those were canceled and World War II broke out. He was then commissioned into the USA Air Force, and in May 1943 he was on a new warplane called the Green Hornet. There were 11 men on that plane total. One of them was his friend Phil, who was flying the plane, and another was his friend Mac. Their mission was to find an American plane that had crashed in the ocean. There was technical difficulties and miscommunication, and the Green Hornet ended up crashing, and they were stranded in the ocean for 47 days. They survived on rainwater, birds that they caught with their hands, and raw fish. While they were on the survival raft, Mac, their friend, died, and after the 47 days, they floated to a Japanese-occupied Marshall Island. Louis and Phil were eventually separated as they were passing many camps. Throughout these camps, he was brutally tortured by Matsuhito Watanabe, also called the Bird. Over 2 years later, Japan finally fell to America, and Louis was freed. When he returned to America, he received a hero's welcome. He became a Christian through Billy Graham. Overall, Louis is an amazing inspiration. And some information about the author, Laura Hillenbrand. She was born on May 15, 1967 in Fairfax, Virginia. She was the youngest of 4 children, and Unbroken was her second book, written after Seabiscuit. When she was researching Seabiscuit, the racehorse, she discovered Louis, the track runner. The story of Louis inspired her after he personally told her his life story. Laura Hillenbrand successfully captured the tone of the story. She showed the gloominess and brutal life Louis lived throughout the book. Overall, she showed how great of a person Louis was and how he was an amazing American inspiration.
My personal opinion on this book is that it's a very interesting story about an amazing man who endured many hardships and struggles throughout his life. It was a little bit hard to read because it was so dark and gruesome, but it was satisfying in the end when he became a Christian and became a wonderful role model to many other people.